so I'll bring it in.
And welcome to 30 and Nerdy.
My name is David.
I'm Brady.
And
Forgot
I'm
for a
AJ.
minute.
And this is 30 and Nerdy's Afternoon Delight. Thank you for joining us.
It's been a while since an afternoon delight hit your ears.
I thought you were going to start singing Bare Naked Ladies. It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yesterday, you forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days before we say we sorry.
I thought that was Hootie.
Was it Hootie?
No, that's Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh.
Because it goes chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. Take it down, stick, and the brain
Yep.
stop sticking. Watch the next files with the lights on. Dun. Trying hard not to smile when I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral. Don't understand what I mean. Yes, you will. I have a history of losing my shirt.
AJ has a history of losing his pants.
I do.
I think that's my favorite drunk story of all time from anybody ever.
Oh, please enlighten.
Well, because it's your story.
I don't remember it.
Because it's the story, I think you were drunk somewhere at a friend's house, and you apparently were hot, and you went outside to get a smoke, and you took your pants off, and then some thin kid went out to get a smoke or something later and found your pants. It was like, I found these pants. He's like wearing them, and they're like way super huge.
I was just walking around in my underwear.
Apparently.
Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, man, I miss old drunk me. I don't drink anymore.
It's probably for the best since you didn't remember it.
Yeah, there's plenty nights I don't remember.
Yeah, why do you think he has to use that vape now? He lost this one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I woke up on our balcony, and I'm just like, what the fuck? How did I get here? Where's my vape? It was like 11 o'clock, and the sun is just beating down. I'm like, why?
And your neighbors are like...
I can still taste booze on my mouth. That was
The
great.
story only
It was
would have been
fun.
better had you been naked
Yeah.
and your butt facing out to
I've
like...
always woken up fully clothed, thankfully.
Not me. There's been plenty of times I've walked out of the bathroom with my pants down. I think that happened once when David was at my house and I was drunk. We were drinking, I think, on my birthday, and we almost drank that whole bottle of Soka 100 proof.
Yep.
And I walked out of the bathroom with my pants off, not even thinking it. I was like, where'd my pants go?
Yep. And I slept on the bathroom floor for a good hour or two.
Yeah, he did. And he learned never to eat just cake before he drinks.
God.
He said it was like puking sand.
Usually
sand,
you don't
but-
want to eat anything that it wouldn't be considered a meal. Like just straight Doritos before you drink
Oh man, my friend Brandon
caramel
did
black
that.
velvet is a bad idea.
So my friend Brandon, when he was a teenager, yep, I'm outing him. It's been so many years, it doesn't matter anymore. But I had a white car. He got super drunk. All he ate was a bag of Doritos, and he drank a full bottle of BV.
Ugh.
So black velvet, which is and then Doritos, which are yay usually.
Yeah.
I had to carry him down the stairs, like literally
Your
carry
basement?
him. No,
Oh.
from my friend's apartment, and because he lived on the second floor. It's like one of those kind of apartments where like everybody has a front door instead of a hallway. So I had to carry him down these wooden stairs and stuff him into the car and put the seatbelt on him. And he's just like, you're a really great friend. No one else will do this. And I'm like, Brandon, just don't puke in my car. That's all I'm asking. Just don't puke in my car. And he's like, motherfucker, I got this cool. We're good. So we're driving down the street, and he's like, huh. Huh. And I'm like, pulled over. If you're gonna puke, you puke out that door. You open that door and you puke at it. And he's like, oh no, man, I'm fine. So then we're driving down the street. We make it to Urbandale Avenue, and then he's like, all right, dude, pull over. I'm gonna hurl. So I pull over, and he's like, nope, nothing's happening. So I'm like, okay, let's go. We're really close to getting you home, so let's get you home. And then start driving, and he's like, oh, it's coming. So I pull over again, and then he goes, nope, it's not coming now. And I was like,
The boy who cried puke.
I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, whatever. I was like, just puke out the window if you're going to puke. And so, like, I'm, like, driving faster than I should be now because I want this drunk asshole out of my car. And he's like, oh, here it comes. He unbuckles his seatbelt, and he just leans his whole body out of the car and is just like, oh, man. So I get him home. Don't think anything of it. I was like, hey, thanks for not puking in my car. And he's like, just starts puking again. I'm like, all right, I got you home, so you go inside. His dad was like, so what was your poison? And Brandon's just like, black velvet. And his dad's like, here's a bucket. You're going to have fun tonight.
Yeah.
So anyway, my dad wakes me up the next day, and he goes, AJ, what the fuck is all over your car? I had dried on bits of BB and Dorito and a big old cone on the side of my car. And I was like, oh, Brandon puked out of my car window last night. And he's like, well, you're going to make Brandon clean it.
Well,
So I did.
Ugh.
there was a story about that because we used to, back when I was living in New York, we didn't have buses, but we had like church vans.
Yeah.
And so that was what we drove when we would have away basketball or football games or whatever.
Yeah.
And so one guy drank, and I don't think they make this cola anymore, but Jolt Cola. And they
Yeah.
had like Super Jolt Cola or whatever. So like the double
Double strength
caffeine.
jolt. Yeah.
He had 2 of those and he slammed them. How he didn't have a heart attack, I'm not sure. But so he was like, whoa, just bounced off the walls. Like, I think Rick and Morty, or just in, wubba lubba dub dub state of just craziness. And then all of a sudden he had to puke, but he was up towards the front.
Uh-huh.
And so they didn't have, I can't remember if he was I think he was in the passenger side, so he could roll down his window. So he puked out the window, but the people in the back had their windows
Oh
open, like the
my
little, how the
God.
vans used to have little slats that popped open.
Yeah.
So it just went,
Oh.
Oh, no.
and I was super happy that I was always afraid to sit in the back because they would always give wedgies to the younger people if you sat in the back. So that was the big people's, that was the older people's zone.
They got
So I
their
always got like
comeuppance.
so I got the middle. I was like, ah.
Serves right.
Take that, old kids. You wedgie-giving mother truckers.
But that is not why we're here to talk about puking and drinking stories. What we are going to talk about is we had a Warhammer 40K game, which I think we posted to our Facebook group.
I did, yes.
Okay. I can remember if you did or not.
Yep.
And
I even took like a
little video?
swiveling mini video. Yep.
Stupidly, I was super excited about it, so I made it a very large game instead of a small
so
game.
big.
It was very large.
So I will rectify that in the next game that we play. But so it was basically about 12,000 points, which is a lot.
Yeah. That was a lot of points.
It was 6,000 points versus 6,000 points. But let's see here, because I played Grey Knights and Blood Angels with Brady and the Necrons. Luke had the Tau, and AJ played the Dark Angels? No. Salamanders.
Yep.
And KJ played Blood Angels.
Yep.
So it was a lot of, Marines, because that's all most of us had, besides Luke, who had Necrons, Tau, and I think he has one other one, but I can't remember what other army he has. But I wanted, because everybody knows what my feelings are on 40K, but I wanted to know what your guys' feelings were, besides that it was probably an over-encompassing, I have no clue what I'm
It
doing.
was very overwhelming.
Yeah, I was super overwhelmed with the majority of the time, so I was just like, I'm going to go outside and vape because I have no clue what the hell's happening here.
And it kind of felt like we were Luke and David's pawns. Like, what should I do? And I'm asking my opponent, you should attack me probably. Like, okay, how do I do? How do?
Where should I move? Like, I sort of know, like, troop movements and stuff, but when it came down to like, what's this guy do? Like, I have no clue.
And see, that's why I think this next time.
And I was like, usually these charts have a picture, so you know what you're looking at, but these papers have no pictures on them.
Yeah, because that's the.
See, that was
Battle
fine
Scribe.
for me because I had like half of my guys are the same, and then it was all in a line, so I could just memorize. But yours were kind of sporadically placed.
So that's
Yeah.
because also Luke brought like 8 bazillion
Yeah.
stupid fire warriors, and so he's like, well, when he put all his stuff on the board, he's like, well, I guess KJ's gonna have a lot of deep striking stuff. Because I mean, he took up over half probably of
Yeah.
just with his little firing line. Which is why I think we'll probably play it somewhere around like 1,500 points, because then that's a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Small. I mean, so it'll be like 1,500 points right now, at least for the army that I'm building. We'll have Karn the Betrayer, a Demon Prince, 3 Rhinos with 30 Khorne Berserkers, 10 in each, and then like 2 heavy support. So I mean, while it sounds like a lot, it's not really a lot once you get
It
them onto
sounds
the table.
like a lot less
Yeah,
than what we had.
Yeah.
and it'll. And then we'll,
I mean, like, yeah.
and I think your wife was right, because I was so excited because I rarely get to play that I was like, oh, going balls to the wall.
And also
And then,
adding 5 people, that takes a long time
Yeah.
to go through turns.
Yeah, and I think so.
And the thing that confused me was like after like I don't know what you want to call it, the main phase,
Uh-huh.
how you could do stuff in between move phases. I'm like, what the? There's so much happening.
it basically, really all you need to do is, if you pick an army, then you just try and learn that army, and then as you go, you try and pick up a few certain things and wordings, because you'll notice when you play with certain people, like in our gaming group, there are certain people that you need to be like, is that really what that says?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you go over the rules and you're like, okay, this is what it actually says, and this is how it actually applies. Because sometimes you look and you're like, that seems just overpowered. That you're
Mine
like,
says if I roll anything higher than a 0, I don't die.
yeah, and so it'll be like on a 2+, I negate all wounds, and you get 6 mortal wounds.
But no.
And so there's a lot of different stuff, because there's largely for my armies, I don't do a lot of psychic, so it's like you get your movement phase, your psychic phase, shooting, charges if you have any, and then on to the next person's rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And so I will take the blame for that I made the game too big and too over encompassing.
No, it was cool first time though to see it a large scale craziness.
But it was fun. That was the first time ever, besides that Brady and AJ, well, AJ already knew, but Brady saw my dice in action and saw that they were poopy.
They weren't the best.
Although I did
Mistakes were made.
I did with my Predator kill 2 Thunder Storm Ravens.
I think you would have killed off my little army that you had came in behind us and attacked.
Oh yeah, because that's why I did that, because those were the Hell Blasters.
Yeah.
And those guys are awful. Like Luke, when he first brought him in, I was like, oh, okay, I'm playing, because we were at Mayhem, and he just wiped out like 3 different squads with that one squad.
Yeah, maybe it
'Cause
was
it's
good
just
dice
awful.
roll.
Yeah.
No, because the Hell Blasters, I mean, because they have, I think it's like Assault 2, or I can't remember but they're more than just a single shot. And they either have the Strength 7 or the Strength 8. And if you choose the Strength 8, then when you roll ones, you take a mortal wound and one of your characters dies. But still, Strength 7 wounds on 3s on almost everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least like troop-wise. And even on vehicles, you're more than likely going on like a 4, maybe a 5 if it's a tougher, boss. But even like most name characters, all mine, like Mephiston's toughness 5. A lot of the name characters are toughness 4. But,
But I will say, as overwhelming and crazy as it was, I do want to play more.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
It
Most
was.
definitely. KJ really, really, really wants to play again.
So anytime you are down,
oh,
We
I'm down
also-
with the sickness.
Anytime you're down with the clown.
hell yeah.
But I did want to go over, because I did also, because you played Necrons. How did you like the Necrons? I mean, as far as you can tell from a very beginner standpoint of,
I liked that there were a bunch of them, so I had better chances to hit stuff, even though my dice sucked. But they were fine. I don't know if I'd choose to play with them next time, just because it was kind of like move forward 6 inches and I'm in range of almost everything.
Yeah.
But they're cool.
That's why
I felt like they were a pretty good beginner class to play as because there wasn't much to them.
Yeah, and I feel that they're...
you just roll a crap ton of dice, and if you're close enough, you can roll double that crap ton.
Yep, and that'll be with you when you're in rapid fire.
Yeah.
And then you played Salamanders,
Yep.
which is just your kind of run-of-the-mill Space Marine, but just with some flavor. Because each chapter has its own unique, quote-unquote... I mean, they're still roughly just Space Marines, but
Yeah.
like they have the re-rolls on certain different things and special attributes that are only for their chapter.
Which, by the way, I do have to apologize again for Lola breaking
I don't care.
some pieces.
They all glued back together, so...
What about your dude that you deep strike behind us?
Yeah,
that got bent out of shape.
He's upstairs,
Okay.
all glued back together. Spray painted. I was going to paint him, but every day, because my kids went up to Minnesota with my wife, of course, Tuesday, because her grandmother is not doing well. She had has lung cancer.
Yeah.
But it was really slow. And so they just were like, well, we're not going to do anything with it because she's, I think, almost 90. So they just were. And then now she has cancer in her brain. So she wanted to go up there and spend time with her and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I spray painted. I was like, man, I'm just going to, my kids are gone. I have all this time. I'm going to do it. I'm going to paint. And then all that ever ends up happening is besides that I folded every single stitch of clothing because we literally had probably 7 loads of laundry that was just in my living room. And I just kept on like drying, take out there, dump. Do another load of laundry, dry, dump out there.
That's why you only have like 3 shirts and 1 pair of pants.
It's great if I was single. I would have
Yeah,
like
that's
no
true.
laundry. 2 small kids who like to change clothes about 6 times a day. So I
Yeah.
can't tell what's clean and dirty. Besides socks. I can tell when socks are dirty because they look gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I just wound up going into bed and be like, man, well, I guess it's 6:30. I'm going to bed. Guess I'll lay down and,
Bed at 6:30 sounds like such a dream.
well, it was pretty sweet.
I don't know. Today, KJ did a big for me, and she let me sleep until 5:30 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
I needed it. And then tomorrow we're going to Valley Junction. So
Dude, tomorrow I'm going to Red Lobster because they got unlimited shrimp.
enjoy that unlimited diarrhea.
I will love every second of it. Shrimp doesn't give me diarrhea.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind it right now. I poop like once a week, and when I do, it's an event. Like I had one at work. I weighed myself before and after, and it was 1.8 pounds. And I think all of that weight was in the very beginning.
oh,
Was it like a rocket that just...
Oh no, it was like a slow moving. Like you ever seen those mobile launch pads at NASA that move at like half a mile an hour? It
Yeah.
felt like that slow and big. And I was
oh
in
my God.
the bathroom, like I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But yeah,
slow do metal plays.
so I'm gonna have to. I hope this shrimp helps me with that, but I can't wait.
But anyway,
Can't
did you...
just bring in Ziploc baggies? Fucking professionals.
That's awesome. So did you like the salamanders, though?
They were all right.
For the little... I think next time I may just see
like
if
that
I can
they
borrow...
cut their legs off and they grow back.
Yeah.
This is a bit of biology joke for you.
Well, because, I mean, there's the one that's at least the... I think the lead of the salamanders is...
Let me have this joke, David.
Sorry. Anyway, whatever. One of the Primarchs is basically a perpetual, so he can regenerate from anything. So I thought that's what you're going with, Brady. I thought you'd read up on the lore,
I
but no,
have.
apparently you just were talking about real salamanders.
Yep, I actually know exactly what I'm talking about.
But I think what I'd like to do-
conversation every day, I know what I'm talking about.
Is I think I'd like to just do like a 4-person battle and just borrow the Tau from Luke, because I think you would like the Tau.
Yeah, Tao's number 4 on my list of.
And speaking of that list, I kind of want to go through that because I sent out a test to all 3 of us just to see, because I play Blood Angels was my main army, But my heart really belongs with Chaos and the Corn Berserkers or the World Eaters. And so I want to take this test just to see if I answered these questions, would it match up with what I thought what I like to play?
And did it?
It did. The World Eaters were third, so I got that. And because the only other army that I really like to start was either Dark Eldar or Eldar, which were my number 1 and number 2. Was Dark Eldar was number 1, and then one of the Craft Worlds was number 2. And the reason I like the normal Eldar is that I could choose the Avatar of Cain, and that's how I usually like to play. Is I do stupid things like take very overpriced named characters just because I think it's fun.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the way I like to play. Is that because in the beginning there was a post on one of the 40K Facebook sites. They said, do you like? I can't remember do you take it seriously or stuff like that. And it's like when I was younger and I didn't have kids, and I think I was married to Jess because that's after I had started playing.
Yeah.
And I took the games not seriously, but I would get mad, especially if somebody either was cheesing or
They were respecting your power.
yeah, or if my rolls were just terrible, which they usually were anyway. And now I feel I don't take it very seriously. I just like to have fun.
You're just there to have fun.
Yeah, and I
play.
like so then I just play with like, I'll take Mephiston and I'll take Ashtrath and I'll take. So there's like 2,000 points of a 2,500 point army is all named characters. So there's like 5 people and a squad.
Yep.
So I just do because the Avatar of Cain is like the god of the Eldar, or the avatar of one of the gods of. But so the test has a few questions, and what did you get?
So with mine, just looking at the percentiles over here, my number 1 was Craft World Eldar, 100%, and
Same.
then tied for second was. Hold on.
Now, which Craft World did you get? Because mine was BL10.
Generic original.
Oh, okay.
But then my number 2 was Altiok Craft World. My number 3 is Dark Angels. My number 4 is Lyandon Craft World. Number 5 is Salamanders, and number 6 is Tau. But if you go 2 through 8, they're all 80%. So they're all tied for second.
And what'd you get, Brady?
Number 1 was also Craft World Eldar, generic original. 2 was Ulthwey
Yep.
Craft World. 2 was Tyranids.
Tyranids, yes.
Tyranids.
So that's like a swarm army. It's the insect race, basically.
Yeah,
That'd be
they're
cool.
pretty dope.
And then this begins the tie for all these are at 54%. BL10 Craft World, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Imperial Guard, Armored Division, and then Tau, and then Ultramarines. And then it goes to 47%.
Yeah, the Ultramarines are like just the very vanilla, normal Space Marine that gets all the little movies or stories. Or besides, like, it always also seems to be Blood Ravens if it's not the Ultramarines. But
Yep.
Mine was Dark Eldar, BL10 Craft World Eldar for number 2 at 89%. I got World Eaters, the Chaos Space Marines, which is the one that I'm building. Emperor's Children, which is I think it's Slanesh army, and that's like they have sonic weaponry, so they always show this picture of like a marine in this power armor with like a guitar, because they use sound and stuff like that, so people don't get any cover saves if they're behind cover.
Yeah.
And then it's just they like apparently melt their people into jelly.
That's
and stuff like that with their weapons. Then Necron's number 5, Blood Angels number 6, which is my actual, like, the one army that I have the most stuff of. And it all goes down. Chaos Space Marines generic at 67%. Orc Speed Freaks 67%, which is not, because I do not want this. Orcs are just, I don't like any, because I'd always wind up doing something stupid where I'd be like, all right, I have this army where I could have a huge host that just kind of charges in and that uses its numbers and tons of attacks to overwhelm its enemies. But I'm going to take all this really heavy pointed stuff and so I wouldn't play it right.
Yep, you would play it wrong.
I would, and I would lose badly.
It's
Like
all,
turn 2.
yeah. The whole point of orcs is overwhelm
Yep.
and attack. Just pretty much the Zerg.
But I will say I had a lot of fun. But I don't know. That was a busy day because my daughter had soccer in the morning because she just got signed up for some little girls soccer league,
Yeah.
which was just basically girls running around not wanting to kick a ball.
Yeah, little kid soccer is kind of just go wear yourself out.
Yep.
I'm excited because my son starts soccer this week, and that's all. I don't care if he does anything. He'll just run around.
Isn't it
Yeah.
a little cold out for soccer?
It's indoor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like in one of the Ankeny gyms.
That's neat.
but-
Back in my day, we had to play in the cold.
I liked playing in the cold. I love playing soccer in the snow. It's great.
Snow soccer.
But
You have to kick the balls uphill both ways.
Back in my day.
But for whatever reason, so then we did that in the morning. We went and got the mat,
Yeah.
and then, I went and got the 4x8 sheet, which I was stupid and just didn't grab 2 4x4s because I'm an idiot. And so I drove home very carefully with about like 3 feet of that sticking out of the back of my van because my van is set up in such a wonderful way. You know, how some vans will have the handle in the back that you kind of can use to close.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have that. It has nothing that you can tie anything to. So I just basically, the door would shut, but if I hit a bump just right, it could, fly up. And so basically I had to try and tuck the board in under the seats of my kids, because there's a lip. So hopefully it would kind of use that to just
Yeah.
pressure itself against, and made it home, got that home, had to go back out to get the table mat.
Yeah.
And then I finally came home. I think I did some cleaning. Luke got here. We set up. And then you guys got here shortly thereafter. But yeah,
Sounds
a
like a busy day.
it was. I was gone most of the day, and I hate days like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
You can never feel truly relaxed
Yeah.
after that. But yeah, I would like to play a round where it's like the games are super quick and then you start another one.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then we can also do kill teams. 'Cause those are like really honed small squads, and I think instead of having stuff that's like 5 or 10, I think you can even split them off into just individual people that can go
Yeah.
off and
But either way, I just want to play more. It's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Same. And KJ is same.
You have to have her take the test so she can see if I have the armies that she. Because, like I said, I'd like to get you the World Eaters because then I think it'd be different from at least the Necrons that you had. There are some Necrons that are more hand oriented,
Yeah.
but
Well, I like the fact that it seemed kind of cohesive with you and me because you could go out and
run up
and,
there.
yeah, and I could just sit back and pew, pew, and miss and
And
not do anything.
And that monolith is pretty nasty too.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yep. I was just happy that finally, for once, my Predator and my last cannons actually did something. Because normally my weapons just don't do anything, and that's the one thing I will say. Because in the old editions,
They just shoot that flag out in front that says bang.
yeah, that's basically what it felt like. Because in the older editions, that I played a lot of, you would roll to hit just like normal, except that instead of like how it says 3+, because that's the one thing I really like is that it says like 3+, and you hit on a 3 or 2+ or whatever the number
Yeah.
is, whereas before it'd be like ballistic skill is 7, so 7 means you hit on. They have this little table of 7 to their ballistic skill, and so if it's 7 to 7, it's 4. If it's 7 to below, it's 3.
Ugh.
All that kind of jazz. Instead of just this is way
That
easier.
seems.
And
I need
then
a calculator to play this game.
after a while, you got the chart down like that. But I mean, yeah, in the beginning, you were like looking at the chart, like, okay, I have 7 all the way across, go down, and then you would have their armor, and they'd have side armor, back armor, and front armor. Of course, front armor was the best. And so then, if you had side armor, you'd be like, okay, so the strength of the weapon is 9. I hit, so then 9 plus whatever it is to their side armor. So if it's like 13, then you need a 5 to penetrate. and then if not, glancing. So that's why I just like that they have wounds now, and then it just makes it so much easier and nicer that they just have toughness and wounds.
Need a math degree.
Basically, that's what.
Understand this.
What's funny is like I knew people that were playing it in like middle school.
Smarter
Next, I think it's
than
been
me.
like 70s, late 70s, early 80s, something like that.
I think so.
Dang.
So, but anyway, that was a lot of fun for me. Like I said, we'll do it again. And I
that
will,
just got me an itch to play more tabletop stuff.
yeah, tabletop stuff is a lot of fun. Another game I'd like to try is either the Star Wars one or the Star Trek. I'd really like the Star Trek one just because I like Star Trek a little bit more than I like Star Wars. But Star Wars has a lot of cool ships too, and it's just
yeah.
like it's not HeroClix, but it's kind of like HeroClix.
Yeah, it's the X-wing force.
Yeah, X-wing Force.
And speaking of tabletop stuff, there are people right now developing a Destiny D&D.
Oh, that's kind of
campaign.
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I really want to play Magic again.
Yep.
Magic the
Some weekend,
Gathering.
we should do a huge Magic thing.
Yeah.
We should all wear capes. Oh, wrong Magic.
I'm getting a half cape.
Oh, boo. Hated that in WoW when
I
it's
know.
like you're sitting there leveling up and like first you get just like the little like boo whoop cape. It's just like a little like quarter cape. And then you get the half cape, and the half cape's ugly as shit. And it's just like, drop me a full cape. I
But-
want a full back cape.
But when you finally got that full cape, I bet it was like, yeah.
Usually it was a piece of shit, and what I had was better, but it's like, nope, I'm going for
Yeah.
looks. I don't care if this gives me strength and stamina as a hunter.
Yeah.
Who cares if this cape gives me 13 agility and 5 stamina?
I thought agility was good for hunters.
Yeah, but it was a half cape, so I'm not going to
gotcha.
wear it. Give me that full cape, kid.
The other game I'd like to play too is I really want to get back in because I played it once. Is Arkham Asylum? 'Cause that is
Ooh, I want to play that.
The video game?
Bad.
No. I don't know, but the tabletop.
Oh, okay.
The tabletop
board
game where you go into Series of Madness and everything
Yeah,
else.
I thought you meant the Batman game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could play that one too, but
That's a
no,
good.
yeah, I get you.
That's a good game.
which
Yeah.
anyway, segueing from that of our playing of World of Warcraft of playing Warhammer 40K, what have you guys been playing lately? I have basically been. I do a little bit of Forza, but I always find that all I'm doing is trying to go for like the just skill jumps or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where I try and do just a certain thing, and then all I'm doing is I never go on the roads, and I'm just always flying my McLaren Senna.
Getting those kangaroo
Yeah.
bonuses.
So I think I got up to 239,000, whatever, like with
Dang.
the
Skill
like times
points?
5 or times 6, yeah,
Yeah.
skill point.
Jesus.
I watched a guy on YouTube do a 1,000,000-point drift chain.
I don't know if I could do. There's one place and I
It's
can't
like,
find
I'm
it.
not
It's
that
out on the
patient.
coast, and I did it with a Lamborghini, and that seemed to be the best because I could get up to a 6 times multiplier. And there's enough hills that, like, I would fly down, and you'd jump so you get some stuff, and you'd hit like a tree, but it wasn't a tree that would
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
you. Then I would like do a power slide to turn around and go down and just keep on like basically half piping this
Yeah.
countryside.
There's just some old farmer
Yeah.
leaning on a stick watching this Lamborghini just.
All I can think of is someone just standing there watching it and being like, what does this world come to?
That poor suspension. I've been playing a bit more Forza than usual. I'm trying to grind up to level 20 in road racing so I can get the Goliath. So I'm doing the like Holyrood or whatever race in the Northeast. There's an XP blueprint somebody made that's like 10 laps. And I did that like 4 times.
Uh-huh.
And I'm up to like 61 level now.
It's not bad.
And I've got that course down to where I'm like, it's a science. Like, that turn's going to cost me 1/10 of a second. But, yeah, it's fun. And then Destiny. Last weekend, we did the Shattered Throne dungeon. for the first time, and got the Wish Ender bow. So that was
I really like the bows in that. 'Cause
I was
have
really
one
proud of us that we were able to do that, because that final boss is not fun. It's like, hey, there's 3 points of cover, and then there's like 9 million enemies. Hope you can do it. But I'm up to 599. Like,
599.
Yep.
Did you get that gun? The haunted?
Yeah. I had that like day 3 of the event being out.
Oh.
It's a really good gun. But I just need a chest and arms be at 600.
Jesus Christ.
It's real.
Then you can log
Do you
into
even
my
lift, bro?
account and start the grind.
Oh god, I need to deal with my warlock next.
Do you even lift, bro?
I'm a titan. That's all I do. I lift the rest of the team on my fucking shoulders.
I'm a warlock, so I just die doing stupid stuff.
Just quietly gliding. Yeah.
Gliding off the map. Oh,
Well,
missed it.
I've been doing that a lot in the haunted forest, thinking I can make a jump, and then it turns out nope, that jump wasn't even existent.
Yeah. There was one I fell off like 12 times in one go. And each time I'm like, I fell off, Ryan. He's like, oh, god damn it. Ryan, did you fall off? Ryan, I fell off.
What's the highest level you got in that?
7.
I got to 7 as well with Pug.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
just remember I was playing. I jumped into your guys' chat that I think after the last time we recorded, I was so tired that your guys were talking to me, and I was like, I'm falling asleep. And then I finally just turned off I was like, who cares?
Yeah.
I just turned off the Xbox.
I just
Dude.
remember. Can you hear us? Yes.
Because for the longest time, like I pushed in the thing, but apparently I didn't push it far enough so I could hear you. But I was like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" I take it out, pop it back in, take it out, pop it in. And then finally, I like just
Jammed
jammed it, and then apparently I missed just the final little lip.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I was like,
You
"Oh,
gotta make sure you really pop it in all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just like sex. Make sure you get it in all the way. I've been playing a little bit of Forza, a little bit of Destiny, and then to get ready for Fallout 76, I've been playing Fallout 4. I downloaded a cheat mod,
Yes.
so I have 100% like every perk.
That's the way to do it. If you're not going for story, just mod the crap out of it.
Well, no, like I'm just playing for I guess I'm just playing for playing sake.
I don't know." Because if you're wanting a story, then if you don't want to have to deal with the slog, then you can just download those mods, so it's a lot easier just
Yep.
to
Yeah.
get the story.
I did that with Skyrim. I have like I maxed out everything, so I'm like 100 in every single
I
thing.
just-
It's like,
I
this
can't-
is the way to play. I just go up to a giant and kind of flick it, and it dies.
I just can't do it because I always reverting back to my hoarding ways
Oh,
whenever I
God.
get into those. I just can't. I can't not do it. It's like
Well,
it's
the cheat
compulsive.
mod that I have gives you infinite ammo and gives you infinite carry.
Oh no!
Oh, that'd be perfect for me.
Yeah.
God.
Just think of how much it'd probably crash the game with how much crap I'd have in my
Would.
bags.
Like loading up the menu.
Sir, you have every item in the game in your bag right now.
Like you have 4 million aluminum
Spoons.
cups or bean cans. Yeah, 76 looks so cool.
Yep.
It does. I don't know. I'm a little reticent on a few things. Just on since Vats isn't there, then hitting those stupid little insects is going to be annoying for me. But I'll probably
Well,
just whip out a shotgun and
The
shoot
way
them.
VATS works, I think it does it automatically just
Uh-huh.
based on the percentage,
Yeah.
which I guess is kind of cool. It's kind of like an aimbot.
Yep.
But the person I played, like they opened it up and was like, "Oh, there's somebody by me on the map," and then they're like, "Oh my god, there's so much more of this map."
Yeah.
That game is huge.
They said that it's going to be kind of a special event, or at least the reviews I've read so far. Because I haven't watched any videos besides just a few seconds. Because I kind of want to go in blind
Yeah.
instead of having somebody who's all, "Oh, Fallout, it's not a single player game. It's not a player. It's all mutants and." And I'd rather have it be, fun for me instead of listening to somebody whine and complain and be a
Little bitch.
yeah.
Like, come on, we've been asking for a Fallout or Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls game with friends for years, and we finally have it.
Yeah.
But nobody's ever happy.
No.
Like I saw, I can't remember, 2 articles. One about Fortnite and whether the dances that they had were cultural appropriation that then devolved into everybody arguing whether you can copyright a dance move. And all the armchair lawyers coming out saying you can or you can't, or you can if it's a certain type of dance, if it's this long, if it's this. And I was like, my goodness. There's so many other things that are happening right now
I
in this
think
world that matter more than
Bungie
Fortnite.
tested that and proved that you can't because they have the Thriller dance
Uh-huh.
in Destiny 1, and if they didn't get sued into oblivion, I'm sure anybody else is fine.
Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Oh, now we're gonna get
No.
sued.
Shit. He's gonna come back from the grave.
Wasn't that what Thriller was?
Yeah,
So zombie Michael Jackson is coming back.
he is.
Hey, it's the whole month of October. The copyright's lifted on that song because it's spooky.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the other article was, but it was just as dumb as that.
And then coming up this weekend, me and Brady are gonna go see Ghost.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Dang, hell yeah! I forgot about that already.
I'm a little jealous.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
No.
I haven't seen them since they released their first album, so it's gonna
I
be
think Ryan got us floor ticks too. So
awesome.
We're like here in Des Moines.
In Ames,
yep.
That's still not bad.
Hilton Coliseum.
yep.
That'll be really easy to get to.
Yep.
It's always nice. I went up to since my kids were gone.
ISU isn't playing at home that week.
I'm assuming they'd probably have to plan their games around Ghost being.
Well, I meant just for football traffic.
Oh yeah. Well, even if they do, I mean, you'd have to imagine
It'd be
that
at
they.
night.
Yeah.
I'm sure they.
Yeah, Ghost doesn't even play till 8,
Oh, nice.
or the concert doesn't start till 8. So
Yeah, we got Ghost, then we're seeing Corpse,
2 weeks later, we're gonna go see Cannibal Corpse.
and I'm going up to Minneapolis with some friends to see Behemoth.
Damn.
Yeah, Nick's like just randomly like, "Hey, we're going to Behemoth. You want to go?" I'm like, "Sure." If you're driving, it's gonna be awesome. I'm not gonna be able to hear anything, and I'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
Just when you
This
hear
is the,
Square Hammer or whatever that song is, just think of me.
Yeah.
If they play it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
assuming they're going to play it, but
That gets the bodies moving.
yeah.
But
Well, that's it for this afternoon's light.
send me money because I need to buy all these games that are coming out.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 just came
God, I
out.
still don't have Spider-Man. It's like
Red Dead Redemption 2 looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
My goodness. Even if you don't like the Rockstar style of game, you have to admit that the game looks beautiful, AJ. I'm going to put you in front of a screen and you're going to be like, oh my word, this is gorgeous. I don't like it, but it's gorgeous.
like Robot Chicken.
Horizon Zero Dawn looks beautiful.
it does.
Horizon Forza is what I meant to say.
Well,
Is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. Red Dead Redemption, they're cheating anyway because it's a 2-disc game.
It's big.
yeah, it's a 100 gigabyte download.
Yeah.
If
so
you
Never
got the
mind.
digital.
I might does not get because that's a lot of space.
that's a lot of space, and they
I might have
can
to delete For Honor.
Oh no.
so they're able to pack in all the graphical updates that they want because they have a giant install. Don't care.
Battlefield 3 did that. You had the initial download, and then they're like, "Hey, we have a graphics update. You have to have 2." And it was like massive.
I heard
And then
from my brother-in-law that Black Ops 4 is where it's at.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I was going to try and get it from Redbox just to try it out, and they're all.
Don't buy
Done.
it yet.
No,
Wait
I was just
until
going to rent
Black
it.
Friday. Black Friday, $25, I bet.
Black Ops Friday.
But Fallout 76 is next month. I think Call of Cthulhu is next month, if I remember correctly.
Oh shit!
No, that comes out this month.
Is it?
Yep.
And then Battlefield comes out next month.
Yes.
Anthem, no, that's next
That's
year.
February. Yes, too many games. Cool it down, guys.
Yeah.
Or send us review copies.
Yeah.
Send us review copies.
Or to steal them.
Yeah.
I'll hack the game servers. And
I'll
take
hack the database.
Well, I mean, if
Steam,
it,
I'm coming for you.
if it looks as easy as they make it on TV, all I have to do is just kind of
Yeah, and you have to look at multiple screens.
just tap around a little bit.
Clickety clack, motherfucker. We're coming back.
I'm in the mainframe. I'm gonna have to shut off the resonator.
I think my favorite thing of all time is watching the movie Hackers, where they like send in viruses and then there's like little bunnies hopping across the screen instead of just your computer dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like freezes. But no, they have like Pac-Man eating data and stuff.
Oh no!
It's so
All my
absurd.
bytes.
I think
Oh,
the,
my bites.
the best. Well, okay. The second funniest thing in that movie is that the guy's master password is G-O-D God because he feels like he's a god.
Oh god.
The funniest thing in that movie is when they're checking, like comparing laptops, and he's like, "Oh, you've got a 14.4 kbps bod." Oh my god, that is so fucking fast. Or I think he says frickin' whatever. But I'm just like, I remember when that was fast too.
And now you're old.
Oh yeah, I definitely am. I've got gray hair in my balls.
Oh no.
I'm starting to notice a lot of gray hairs in my beard.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
get over it.
Hey, a nice gray beard looks badass.
It does.
It does,
look
but
like
when
a
you're going bald
wizard.
and going gray at the same time,
My
I mean,
dad- He,
Time to buy a sports car.
my dad, he grew out this luscious white beard, and he just looks so fucking badass.
See, there's trade-offs. There's good points.
And he's bald.
he probably
So-
has a nicer shaped head than me. Like I've said in the past.
Yeah, you got
It's like my parents hit me when my head was still kind of coming together. So there's little dips and valleys.
Yeah, they might have dropped you.
Probably several times. That explains a lot. Not everything, but a lot. Well, I think this is where we're going to end our afternoon delight.
Aw,
Aww. But
This
thank you
has
for
been
listening.
a long delight.
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Sometimes you need a little, not just a quickie, AJ.
That's true.
Sometimes you need 3 bowls of ice cream
Afternoon delight.
instead of 2. I don't know. Numbers aren't real.
It's all made up. We're in the Matrix right now. All right. Well, have a wonderful afternoon. Good night and good luck.
We'll see you next week.